Manchester City drew against Internazionale in the Champions League, as you can see over here. It was 0-0 at the Etihad. But before we talk about the game itself, let's talk about maybe the obvious one, Kevin De Bruyne. He went off injured. He is not playing against Arsenal. If that is why you clicked on like and subscribe, thank you for coming in. But there you go, he's not playing against Arsenal. When a player comes off like that, you can call it a soft knock or whatever you like. They don't play 4 games later. That's the simple truth. So, thank you for clicking on if that's why you came. Now, if you cared about the game itself, my fan cam I suppose, then let me talk about it. Defensively, we were okay. Defensively, with Rico Lewis as well included in that, we were okay. Although sometimes you did give a bit too much space away, I feel like. Not really on the wings, but like in these half spaces. There was sometimes a bit too much space for Internazionale to just go through. Which maybe could have been better. Ederson, top goalkeeper, showing it again today. He's had a not really great performance, but just a solid performance, being steady in goal and distributing the ball well as well. But in midfield, it was weird. Midfield wasn't really cooking. I mean, obviously, Internazionale was playing in a super deep block. They were super deep, defending with 8 players, and then having another player back, and then one striker forward here at about the center circle. But you still have to be a bit more creative. And Savio created well, but we could not finish our dinner. So let's maybe talk about that. Savio played a good game, but could not score. He had a few chances, could not convert them. De Bruyne had a single chance, I believe, could not convert it. Foden, when he came on, a few chances, could not convert them. Gundogan, 2 headers. Maybe he should have converted that first one. That second one, I don't know, maybe that looked a bit difficult. He was diving on, it was a bit high. But that first one, I think you expect to score. So, finishing could be better. But it's not like we have a horrendous result here. It's not like we lost 5-0, right? It's not like we lost like 5-0. But it is just a bit of an annoying game. We wasted time pretty much. We wasted time in this game. We wasted players. We wasted a lot of effort on eventually getting nothing. 1 point is nothing in the Champions League. So it's not a great game, really. It's not a great game. And Man City could have maybe been a bit better. Finishing just has to be there. And this is the thing that I've talked about. Haaland got chances too, he just didn't convert them. This is the thing I've talked about. What when Haaland doesn't score? What when Haaland doesn't score? Now my answer has been, so far in the season, when Haaland doesn't score, somebody else does. Nobody scored. Nobody scored at the Etihad. I don't care if we play Brazil 1970 at the Etihad. I expect to score. That is what I expect at the Etihad. Like, come on now. At the Etihad, I expect us to score. I don't expect us to win every game at the Etihad. Although I would love that. I want us to break the record from Chelsea, which is an incredible record, by the way. Look it up. I believe it's 81 games. But I want to win at the Etihad. I want to score at the Etihad. Ultimately, we went toothless in our own home. Internazionale is our toughest fixture. But if we go back here and look at the Champions League, we want to get those points early and be in this top bracket, this top 8 bracket. Now, I don't know if there's 8 teams that could potentially win 8 games. Maybe Real Madrid, maybe Juventus. I don't know who Juventus plays against. Maybe Bayern München. Then you already have 3. Maybe Arsenal as well. Maybe Atletico Madrid. Again, don't know who you play against. So maybe you have 5 teams there that could potentially win all the other games. I don't know who Leipzig plays against, so maybe Leipzig. But I strongly doubt that we're gonna have 8 teams that win all the other games. However, you do look at this right now and you think you're already getting a bit behind. You need to get those points. You need to get those points at some point, I suppose. It's a bit annoying. It's an annoying game. It's not a terrible game. It's not a board game. Well, it is a board game finishing wise, but it's not a board game otherwise, but it is simply annoying. So do tell me your opinion about the game down below. I would have liked to see 2 other substitutions. Like, come on, Pep. You have 5 people on the bench. You have more on the bench, but you have 5 substitutions. Use them. Pep Guardiola is allergic to using substitutions, which is why I have hated him from the day he arrived at Manchester City. And so many people always try to tell me, you win trophies. I know he's the best manager we have probably ever had. I just don't like how he plays. I find it incredibly boring. But that is a side tangent, which is completely irrelevant here. But just use your substitutions, Pep. Like, come on. It just... Ugh. He knows that he has 5 substitutions, right? He knows that the rule changed. Because he only made 3. He knows the rules changed. Like, besides the point. Use your substitutions. Very annoying game. It's not the end of the world. We've got Arsenal now. Let's focus on Arsenal. And thank you guys for sticking along to the end. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel out a ton. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate it a lot. I can't speak that for the moment. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.